I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Everywhere, this is for you.
Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So we back at it, man. We back at it. Coming off of a win, I'm feeling good. So today we have a couple of different things we're going to do during this live. We're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're trying to rebrand the whole Philly thing, so we're doing things a little bit different. So you tell me if you like it. If you don't like it, I guess we'll try something different. I don't know, but I think you'll like it. So today we do have Greg Auman from The Athletic coming on to join us and talk a little bit about the Buccaneers. I caught him before he was going to the actual practice and everything, so I was able to pick his mind a little bit. And we also got a couple of these plays from the film. I took the all 22, took a couple plays that I wanted to see, good and bad. I know last week it was a lot of bad, a lot of negative towards the defense, but this week there was some good things that I wanted to highlight. But there were also some things that I think that we need to work on. Now, overall, I will say, rewatching the film, I do feel a little bit more confident in the game that Jalen Hurts put out there. I do feel like Jalen Hurts, there were plays that could have been made, definitely. I think that's every player is going to want a couple plays back. But I do feel like he made some good plays, and I think that he held the ball in some situations where if he would have threw it to probably the intended target, he probably would have had an interception. So he made some decent decisions this week. I will say that. Obviously, not the running game that we want, but it is getting better. I feel I'm happy that on the game-winning drive, Nick Sirianni felt confident enough to run the ball, was competent enough to run the ball. Miles Sanders ran well. I know a lot of people are still upset about the 2 times he ran out of bounds, but I think he did well overall. So I'm not too upset about this game. Obviously, like I said, there are a lot of things that I want to see corrected. I want to see fixed, but right now there's nothing we can really be too upset about. And I've even said this, man, I think that going into this short week may be a blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, I will say Dallas Goedert did just get put on the COVID list, so that is not a good look. Obviously, it's going to be nearly impossible for him to come back on the team by Thursday, so I'm almost positive he's not going to be playing this week. So that sucks. To lose one of your tight ends sucks. Obviously, we're not using them, the way that we should be, but this short week, I feel like will force our coaching staff and our team to try and get back to the basics. I feel like we've been trying to get a little bit too cute lately. I think that, with Nick Sirianni, he's game planning for the team that he's playing against and not necessarily the team that he has. And, it works both ways. I feel like we're all giving, we're giving Jalen Hurts a pretty long leash. And I think Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff should get probably a similar leash. I think that they should get to the end of the season before we make any brash decisions. We could have way worse at the coaching position right now. We could have old email Gruden, or we could have, what's Holmes' name? Urban Meyer, we could have Lap Dance Urban. So we could be in a way worse position when it comes to coaching. The defense looked really good to me. I'm going to be honest. And I've said this 100 million times, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But the defense looked good. And the passing defense has been a consistent I don't want to say it's been great, but we're top 5 right now. I think we're either like 5 or 6. Maybe we might be 6. But I know going into last night's game, we were top 7. So last night we did pretty good, right? Not last night, Sunday night. I get my days mixed up, but we did pretty good in the passing game. So I don't think that we fell that far. If we fell at all, we might have went up a little bit with those 3 interceptions and holding to Sam Darnold to, I think, under 200 yards. So realistically, I feel confident in our pass defense. And, I know that Brady's going to try and test that. But also what Brady's very smart at is knowing when he can't beat a defense and knowing who can on his team. So the player that really scares me this week is going to be Leonard Fournette in this running offense. Look, they have Ronald Jones. They got, Leonard Fournette. They have a bunch of different running backs over there. Who knows? They might add one before this game starts. I feel like everybody gets somebody right before they play the Eagles. But so that that's going to be our Achilles heel going throughout this season. We have to, on the offensive side, score early. We have to put this, offense of the Tampa Bay Bucks in a pass type offense. We have to. And I know that sounds weird saying that we need Tom Brady to pass it on us, but that's what we need. We can't let them slow the game down. We can't let them take possessions away from us because they're running the ball so effectively. And we know it's hard for us to stop it. I would love to see Jannard Avery, TJ Edwards, and Davion Taylor get burned this game. I think that they've earned it. Rewatching that all 22, I think that every time they were on the field, I saw them near the ball. So if I'm the coach, I'm throwing them out there and I'm getting them some reps. I'm definitely getting them some reps. We'll talk more about the whole, Buccaneers weaknesses and everything with Greg Auman. But right now, that's where I'm feeling. I think we can at least give them a game. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to go out there and beat them. Definitely not going to say we're going to go out there and blow them out. But I think that we can go to this Thursday and give these guys a game. It's a short week. Let's see what happens. But let me, before we get to the film, I think I'm going to do, y'all want the film room first or y'all want the interview first? Y'all let me know in the comments. But what's going on, Carlos? What's going on, Rigo? What's going on, Ryan? Raymond says, let's go Cowboys. I don't know why Cowboys fans find my channel. It's all love, though. It's all love, I guess. Did you know Lamar has more rushing yards than Miles Sanders? That should tell you something. Lamar has more rushing yards than Aaron Jones. So if you want to play that game, Aaron Jones is washed too, you know. But no, I mean, we got to run the ball more, man. We definitely have to run the ball. But Lamar Jackson's going insane. Last night was a crazy game. Eagles got lucky with that pick. I don't know. I mean, look, which pick are you talking about? Which pick are we talking about? The Darius Slay first one, the second one? Are we talking about the Steven Nelson one? Which one did we get lucky with? Because, you know, I was always told luck is just opportunity meeting preparation. So they prepared and they found an opportunity to get the ball, and they did. So I'm not one to believe in luck right now. Lamar is one of the best quarterbacks playing. Hey, he's definitely putting them numbers up and definitely winning games. That's what matters. Brady will blow up the Eagles defense. No hate to you, bro. I don't think so. I think Brady's going to get his. I mean, Brady's going to get his. He is who he is. But I think that this defense is going to make it tough for him. I really do. If we can somehow, you know, negate the bad play of these linebackers. You know what I'm saying? If we can just stop the run a couple times, this game can go in our favor. I really do feel like that. I didn't know Wentz was still on the Eagles. Hey, listen, Wentz, the only reason I care about Wentz, the only reason I care about the Dolphins is because we have their first round pick. So I want to see Wentz keep on doing great but lose. That's the best, you know, case scenario for Carson Wentz and the Eagles fans. If we go to toe-to-toe with Tampa, y'all should definitely have a chance. I mean, I'm not putting us up against you. I'm not comparing us to y'all right now. We got to figure our own stuff out. But I think we can give these guys a game. Levante David being out is really big. Yeah, that is a huge loss for them. Slade, Cox will get to him. We got to see this defensive line get some, you know, they got to earn that money, man. They had a great week last week. But at the same time, it was a terrible offensive line that they were going against. So we have to keep that in mind. It is what it is. I still think that they're a very good, you know, defense, but it was a very bad offensive line that we went against. So I'm glad that they took advantage of it because that's what good teams do. But at the same time, we do kind of have to keep it in perspective that it was a bad offensive line that we were going against. And Sam Darnold, just once he gets a little bit of pressure on him, he just folds. That's my opinion. Every time I see that man play, he just folds. So, what's going on, Daniel? He says, "What's up, Joe? I'm 10 minutes behind the stream." Well, no, you good. I'm waiting a little bit. So, like I said, we have Greg Auman that came through, and I have an interview with him, and I have a film room that I'm gonna play as well. But I just wanted to kind of get my thoughts out on this real quick. Now, I don't know if you guys knew about the Dallas Goedert. Let me know what y'all thinking with that, because realistically, it might be a good, I don't want to say it might be a good thing. It might help us in the fact that we might really still be looking at trading Zach Ertz. Maybe he goes off in the absence of Dallas Goedert, and maybe he gets his trade value pushed up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I hope so. I hope that he plays well, because we haven't, I mean, Dallas Goedert had three targets last week. So, you know, he caught COVID but couldn't catch a ball. So it is what it is. Hopefully he gets it together. Hopefully he gets well. Hopefully it's not COVID. Hopefully he just was like in contact with somebody and, you know, that whole weird thing about it and everything. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully he comes back next week. But let's get into, I'm going to do the film session first. And we're going to do the film session first. So let's get into it. What it do, baby? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and today we're just gonna go over this film from the win. It feels good to say that, the win over the Carolina Panthers. There was some ugly stuff, there was some beautiful stuff too, so we're gonna have a little bit of happy and a little bit of sad. So let's get into this, man. First play I want to talk about is the big pickoff from Darius Slay. Now, he had two in this game, earning that name, you know, big play Slay. But you can tell he's just able to get up in the air and grab that ball. But this really starts with the defensive line. I want you to look at these defensive ends and how they're able to collapse his pocket, making Sam Darnold have to get that ball out of his hands way earlier than he wanted to, and giving Darius Slay the ability to make that crazy catch. Honestly, this is mostly on Darius Slay being able to jump that high and, you know, track down the ball like that, but a beautiful play by the defensive line nonetheless. The next play I'm nitpicking, so if you hate when I nitpick, just you know, skip over this, but it's quick. I really just want to see Jalen Hurts' head go around the field a little bit more. I feel like he decided to throw that to Devontae Smith before the ball was even snapped. It was a completion. I'm happy about that. Just want to see a little bit more of him reading the field. Now this one again, maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe I'm not, but we called Carson Wentz out on this a lot. So I'm going to call Jalen Hurts out on this as well. You can't put your receivers, your running backs, you can't put your playmakers in position to take hits like this. This is a play I want to see Jalen Hurts just tuck that ball and get what you can out of it. There's no need. I know it's third down, but I do not want to see people taking hits like this, especially our smaller, young running backs. This one right here is honestly a negative and a positive. I love the awareness of Jalen Hurts to realize he has a free play on this one. I do not love that he throws it basically out of bounds. I know he was probably trying to get it into the end zone, but you have a free play. You have to make a throw there that's somewhat catchable. Take a risk. But, hey, I love that he had the awareness to know that he could just chuck it up at that point. Now this one is towards the half. I know a lot of Eagles fans were upset about this, saying Quez Watkins basically running free at the top of your screen, and Jalen Hurts is not able to find him. I mean, he throws it out of bounds into it seemed a double covered tight end. So that's something we definitely need to work on. But hey, we have a little bit of a redemption coming right after that. Look, Mama always said it's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Pretty sure that was Steve Harvey. But either way, you're able to find Quez Watkins on this huge crosser. Look, this is a beautiful pass from Jalen Hurts, a beautiful route from Quez Watkins. I don't think anybody's surprised about that. But when you're able to realize, hey, I missed this guy, let's try and run something to get him open again. Huge gain, and honestly, it broke the game open for us. And here's another one, man. Just a great play design by Nick Sirianni, and I know you guys are surprised to hear that. But once you see that linebacker just shoot out to the left side, Jalen Hurts already knows that middle is going to be wide open. He's able to shoot it over the middle to get it to the tight end. Huge pickup. Not much to analyze here, just a game-winning touchdown, and it feels good to watch. Now, this defense has been very, very impressive, and Steve Nelson closes the game out with a very impressive interception. If you can see here, Avonte Maddox has good bracket coverage, being able to stay underneath the wide receiver, giving Sam Darnold a very small window to throw that ball into. Now, if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm probably throwing it to a different way, but shout out to Steven Nelson for being able to really cut that route off and running the route for the receiver and being able to get that game-winning, game-saving, game-ending, whatever you want to call it, interception. It feels good that this defense is starting to make some plays and get some turnovers. So that's what I saw on the film. We'll see what happens this week. Hopefully they can take advantage of some of the weaknesses that this team has on the defensive side. Obviously, like somebody just said it. Who just said it? Jamie just said Buccaneers are hurt in the secondary. We need to take advantage. Yeah, they're down 2 cornerbacks, which we get into a little bit more with Greg Auman. But yeah, definitely we have to take advantage of it. Obviously, Levante David, a huge loss for them. We saw that how big losing Shaq Thomas was for the Panthers. So that's something we really need to take advantage of. Dom's in here to hate the day. You got to love Dom, man. You really got to love Dom. Chaos said, go F yourself. Oh, man. Chaos, what's going on, man? He said, what the F? Dallas got her out because of COVID. He must have got it from a Panther player's wife. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know how we get down. Yeah, that's tough, man. It's really tough to see that. This is just like an added thing now. Eagles are used to injuries, but when it's something you can't even control, it's like, come on, man. What's going on, Rich? He says, isn't it strange that one team wouldn't give up even Eagles, even a 6th, 7th rounder for Travis Fulgham? What could have been Broncos, Steelers, Giants need a wide receiver. Yeah, I don't know why the heck we cut him. I'm not sure what's the point in that. I saw that we took on a linebacker and another tight end. Obviously, our linebackers are pretty bad, but I don't know what, I think his name is Christian Ellis. I think that's the guy's name. I don't know what he's going to do for this team right now. I think we took on Nick Eubanks, who was pretty good, actually. I think he played in Michigan. He was pretty damn good. So, yeah, I'm not mad at that, but I don't understand what the Travis, like, our wide receivers aren't doing bad right now, but what is J-Jaw giving you? What is J-Jaw giving you that Travis Fulgham couldn't? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I mean, if that's what they like, that's what they like. Maybe Travis Fulgham just can't block. You know what I'm saying? Like, we run a lot of screens, so maybe that's what it is. Because, I mean, what is Greg Ward doing that Travis Fulgham can't do? I mean, I'm pretty sure Travis Fulgham could probably set a pick probably better than Greg Ward has lately. So, I am not 8 seconds left in the half. If Franklin covers, he probably gets the tackle and time runs out with 0 points instead of 3 points. Which one are you talking about? Yo, Joe, have you ever been on A2D radio? Yeah, those are my peoples, man. Those are my peoples. I've been on A2D radio a couple times, and then I have Tom on here like a lot. Me and Tom always chopping it up. And I actually had Tori from A2D on here too. That's my homegirl. She's crazy. I love her. It's crazy to think Fulgham was the best wide receiver for 5 weeks with the second worst quarterback in the league, and now look at him. I just don't get it. You know, maybe it's this front office. Maybe it's him. Last year, we were talking to Brandon. I don't know why I said Bragdon. Brandon Godwin from Bleeding Green. And he was telling me a little bit that he felt that there was some issues as far as his I don't want to say like his determination, but he just wasn't practicing hard, you know, like there was a question with that. There was a question with his willingness to go out there and work hard. So maybe that's what's, you know, holding him back. I don't know. And J-Jaw had one touchdown of Miles Sanders. That's all. J-Jaw has played great on special teams. I'll give him that. J-Jaw has played absolutely great on special teams. That's really the only positive I have for him right now. I hate hating on the dude. Like, I don't really hate on many of our players. I might be critical of people, but J-Jaw is one of those dudes that I'm just like, why is he still on this team? I don't even care if he goes somewhere else and plays well. It's just that he's been terrible for us. I think with Gruden gone, the Raiders will be dysfunctional again and will beat the Raiders. I do too. You know, something that people keep on bringing up, which I think is interesting take, is a lot of people are saying that they think Doug Peterson might get a call for that job. And if he does, hey, God bless, man. I hope he does. I would not be mad at that at all. I think that, you know, he deserves a shot in this league. I really still don't know why we gave him up, if I'm being 100% honest, because we just went with a Doug Peterson light. You know, maybe Doug Peterson's, 10 times running into the game was way too much for Howie. Glad we traded for Cooper in 2018. Yeah, that was a big pickup for you guys. It's weird. I feel like every team has their spot that they just don't take care of. Like with the Dallas Cowboys, for a long time it was defense. You guys finally took care of that in the offseason. With the Eagles, it's basically safety, cornerback, linebacker, and wide receiver. They have no value in those positions. This is the first year that we really valued that wide receiving position. Well, I'll say over the past couple years we have tried. We've just been missing a lot. But the linebacking position, we know. Ever since Jordan Hicks in the 3rd round, I can't think of one linebacker that we've brought on this team that was worth a damn. Real talk. And I like Alex Singleton. He's a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? All these guys are cool. Eric Wilson I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything, but these guys are giving us nothing on defense. So my personal thing is, at some point you have to start working on what you're bad at. You know what I'm saying? You have to. Instead of continuously, I see a lot of people saying we need to go get offensive linemen, go get this. We got to get this linebacking situation taken care of. We have to get we have to get this cornerback room figured out, the future of it. So we'll see what happens. I'm missing a lot. Didn't have to deal with that situation because of last year. If J-Jaw cut or traded, what does that do? Trade for Michael Thomas or Allen Robinson, cut J-Jaw. Okay, maybe J-Jaw is taking on the leader role at practice and in the wide receiver room. What is he leading? I don't know how. I would never look at him as a leader. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe he is. I don't know. The Lane Johnson situation is strange. His wife left him, so might miss the entire season. Is that what they're saying that it is now? His wife left him? If that's the case, bro, I heard 2 different things. I heard that there was a substance abuse issue, and then I also heard that there was some marital issues. Maybe they're both tied together, but if it's just because of a marital issue, Lane, I'm sorry. I know that's a rough thing. You know, when you're married to someone, you love them, that's rough when it, falls apart. But Lane, if that's why you're not playing, bro, I don't know, man. Eagles need to win tomorrow, mess up their draft position, and help the Cowboys get home field advantage in the playoffs. These dudes, man, after 5 weeks, you would think that the Cowboys already won the Super Bowl this year. I think it's hilarious. I'm telling you, Joe, Davion Taylor is the ish, man. I've been saying I want to see Davion Taylor get some burn, man. Every time he's on the field, he's making plays. Are you sure about our safety position? Don't get me wrong, our safety's playing well, but we've been begging for good safety play. Well, yeah, maybe outside of that, but as far as your defense goes, you guys went all in on your defense last season, and the Eagles just have not yet to do that. We have not yet to do that. We haven't. how do I say this? We haven't like had an off season where we've made decisions outside of the 2016 off season where it really filled holes. We have not done that, especially for future. Like we have no future of this team outside of our offensive line. Maybe Jalen Hurts, definitely Devontae Smith. Who else? I mean, who else? Maybe Josh Sweat. I really can't think of that many people that are like the core of this team. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. We got to get it together, man. There's a lot of stories. Yeah, there's a lot of stories on Lane. That's why I'm not even going to bring it up because, like I said, I heard a couple days ago from somebody that I do trust, but, it's not really my place to be talking about that, in my opinion. Our run defense is suffering badly. Our run defense is horrible. And it hurts because I think we've all went through having tough passing defenses that are just very bad, right? We've went through that. But watching people just get run over and our run defense just get killed, especially when your pass defense is okay. When your pass defense is good, it just irks you that 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 9, they can still run the ball and most likely get the first down because we're not stopping people. So it's just tough. Did you see all Michael Pittman's catch on? Let me see. Did you all see Michael Pittman's catch on Wentz underthrown ball? Rager needs to step up. Yeah, Wentz did his thing last game. I'm not going to cap, but they lost, so I love it. They prescribed painkillers to NFL players, but will suspend you for THC. That's true. It makes no sense. Damn, my boy got caught up. Damn, I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna make any guesses towards it because that's not my place. I want to see Jack Stoll get some catches. He was pretty good in college. Shout out to Jack Stoll, bro. He's been on the channel. He's an awesome dude. Jack Stoll is an awesome dude. If you haven't seen our interview, definitely go watch it because it was hilarious. My internet cut out halfway through it, and he's just sitting there like, wait, yeah, Joe, you there, Joe? But he's an awesome dude, so I would love to see him get some burn, man. JJ Arcega-Whiteside cost a lot of penalties, turnovers, and forced balls. I just don't know what J-Jaw is really giving to us. Quez Watkins, dude, will come into his own most definitely. Quez needs the targets. That's what he needs. I think it's more substance abuse related than marital issues, my guess. Yeah, I'm just not going to, till I know for sure, I'm not going to even get into that. Carlos, you're probably my favorite Cowboys fan. Carlos is cool. Dom is cool too. Dom just lately has been coming in here to troll, but that's still my guy. He's a funny dude. When I was 15, I broke my arms. They prescribed me Percocets, helped for a while, and then I became addicted to opiates like heroin when I couldn't get Percocets. Damn. Well, I hope you beat that, man. I definitely hope you beat that. I'm sorry to hear that. This would be the week to run and blitz like never before. This week is probably not the week to run. People aren't going to want to hear that. People aren't going to want to hear that. This is going to be a tough week to run. So if this is the week that Nick Sirianni decides to run and it doesn't work, I'm going to be pissed at Nick Sirianni because if you do your homework, Tampa Bay has been, I think, one of, if not the best, run defenses in the league. The way you beat this team is in the air, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because we all want to see this run game going. But this is not the week to get it going. This is a week to take your time to get back to simple plays. Try to get your best players in space and take advantage of these cornerbacks and this linebacking core. That's what you have to do this week. I'm manifesting that Hurts will throw 400 yards and 4 touchdowns on Thursday, so I will change my opinion on him. Hey, I don't care about if he goes out there and plays 4 quarters of consistently good football and doesn't make mistakes. Like I said, I rewatched the All 22. I did the film review, but just rewatching, I can't talk, Jalen Hurts. A lot of the bad decisions in the moment that I thought were bad decisions weren't that bad. They really weren't that bad. There were a couple plays that I was like, I don't want to see you do that. But, at the end of the day, he's not too bad. Maybe the Lane Johnson situation will be released. We'll see. I'm 35 now and still battling it. Well, you got us, bro. We all family. Bro. So God bless. I'm going to pray for you. I looked at the replay on the game on the first 3 drives last game versus Panthers. On first down plays, did Rager, Ertz, and Smith drop them passes to cause the Eagles to fall behind the chains at 2nd and 10. I'm not sure what your question is. Hold on. Did Rager, Ertz, and Smith? Are you asking if they did it on purpose? I'm not sure what your question is. Okay, if Hurts struggles on Thursday, what are you going to say? I'm going to say that he was struggling. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I've been pretty consistent with how I react to these games. If you do well, I'm gonna say you're doing well. If you don't do well, I'm gonna say you're not doing well. Like I feel like that's only fair. I think Hurts could have a big game on the offensive line. If the whole offensive line can hold up. We know that the Bucs have a good pass rush, and the Bucs have been banged up on defensive. But it's facts. It's facts. They should have left Driscoll at right tackle. Mailata struggled over there. I don't think we can give up after one game. I like what I obviously he did struggle. He definitely struggled on back-to-back plays. But I like what Mailata can do. I think that Mailata can bring us something on that right tackle side, and I think that Mailata would be better than, moving Dillard over there would be. Or I think that he would be better than Driscoll, if I'm being 100% honest. And I like Driscoll at right guard, and I like I like Driscoll at right guard, and I like Landon Dickerson at left guard. So I like where we're at right now. Give it another game, and we'll see where we're at. What's going on, Jerry? What's going on? For me, Hurts, I'm worried about the play calling because they see him throw in every practice. In practice every day, his accuracy worries me, but I'm hoping that's something they can fix. Yeah, the play calling is the weirdest thing because, he checks out of a lot of plays. He changed the play a lot. So, I mean, I don't know if it's Nick Sirianni who's putting them in these bad positions or if it's them. We'll see what happens, man. But yeah, 40 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. We're going to get into this interview, man. We did have the pleasure of having my guy Greg Auman from The Athletic, who reports for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. About a 10-minute interview. We just chopped it up before he had to go into work, which I wish my job was going to a football practice. But we do appreciate him coming on here. So let's get into that, man. That was a lot of fun. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and this is Philly the podcast. So today we obviously have a very special guest, man. We have Greg Auman from The Athletic reporting on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gonna pick his brain a little bit. How's it going, Greg? Thank you for coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. Hope you're doing well.
Definitely. So we'll hop right into this, man. I know Thursday's gonna come way quicker than I think anybody's really ready for. But going into Thursday, obviously the Buccaneers are 4-1. You guys are doing pretty well. Can you just tell me from your own opinion, how do you see this team so far?
Yeah, about kind of what we expected here. I think they lost to the Rams. It probably was their toughest game of the year. They've got a lot of injuries on defense. Their secondary in particular. They've had a bunch of corners out, had a safety out Sunday. In the win against the Dolphins. So they've kind of been shorthanded on that side of the ball, but kind of good enough on offense to overcome that so far. And I think Thursday is probably a lot the same way in terms of just, a game they should win. But, if you remember last year, probably the low point for this Bucs team last year on the way to a Super Bowl was a Thursday road game at Chicago where the Bears did enough to beat them.
Definitely. Now you brought it up perfectly. You said that you guys are having a couple of injury issues, a little bit dinged up. So going into Thursday, who are some of the key guys that you may be missing or may be a little bit beat up going into it?
Yeah, there's a bunch. They've got two corners who are on injured reserve, probably their two best corners in Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy-Bunting. They won't be back. So Richard Sherman is now one of the new starting corners, just joined the team really 2 games ago. They have a starting safety, Antoine Winfield, who is in concussion protocol, but could be back for Thursday. Rob Gronkowski, their tight end, obviously from Tom Brady and Patriot days. He's missed the last 2 games with a ribs injury. He could be back. And they're dealing with other injuries. Levante David, who's probably their defensive leader. They're one of their starting inside linebackers. He went out with an ankle injury Sunday against Miami. He'll miss the game Thursday. So that's probably one of the biggest losses of all. And then it's a new loss. They've got a good backup in Kevin Minter who will step up, but that's, a key piece missing in the middle of that defense. So lots of injuries on this side that they're dealing with right now.
Definitely. And linebacker, we want to come. I don't know. Maybe it's our luck of the draw, but I feel like every team we've played, they have not had their starting linebacker. So maybe we're going to keep on that trend. It's weird. But now, with those injuries, a lot of times people are just kind of keying in on the stars, right? You're looking at Tom Brady, you're looking at Gronk, you're looking at the big names. But I feel like there's always that one guy that comes out of nowhere and, really puts on a show. Is there anybody on your team that you're looking at Thursday to really maybe step up or continue to shine?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a ton of offensive talent to kind of spread the ball around to, especially in the passing game. Philadelphia is a good team against the pass so far. They've actually, I think they're like a top 5 NFL defense against the pass. So if anything, their history so far kind of invites the Bucs to try and run the ball more. Tampa Bay's definitely, with Tom Brady at quarterback, leaned really heavy on the pass these first 5 games. So I'm curious to see how much Leonard Fournette we see. He's somebody who has stepped up, been over 100 yards of total offense the last 2 weeks, run the ball much better. And just given that the Eagles are a poor run defense right now, they talk a lot about wanting offensive balance here. This is a week where they can get it more than most. I think they've had so much success throwing the ball. They haven't cared as much about the fact that they haven't really run the ball with consistency. But this is a week, especially if you want to take it easy on a defense that's shorthanded and playing for the second time in 5 days. I think running the ball more, controlling the clock, kind of having the ball on offense more might be a smart game plan.
Definitely. Now, I do want to ask you, obviously, Tom Brady's getting up there in age. I know he's like, 21 and probably in his own mind, but he's getting up there in age. So how does this team work now? I know a lot of times, it's through Tom Brady. Is that still the mindset of this team? This team goes through Tom Brady?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is something, obviously, last year in his first year here, won a Super Bowl, very much kind of changed the culture in a single year. And it's not just Tom Brady. I mean, they added Tom Brady last year. They added Gronk. They added Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette, 2 big rookies last year that stepped in as well. So it's not just Brady, but I do think it starts with him. And their success this year, if you think about it, I mean, he's, like you said, he's 44 years old. You're expecting a drop off. You're expecting him to start showing his age. And here he is leading the NFL in passing yards, 15 touchdowns in the first 5 games. So no, right now it's very much still him leading the way. I think there's definitely other people that can step up. Every week there's kind of a different supporting cast, making it easier for him. But no, it definitely starts with Brady. I think he's got 203 passes without an interception right now. So playing that kind of mistake-free football probably makes it easier on the defense as well.
Definitely. I will say I'm originally from up north, right? I just moved to Tampa. So, I feel like living up north, I was in New England, always had to hear about Tom Brady, right? I moved to Tampa, and now I always have to hear about that. I feel like he's just following me around. But
you can't escape.
I do want to ask, yeah, exactly. You can't escape Tampa, Tom. But I do want to ask because 4-1, a lot has to go right? But this is football. There's stuff that needs to be worked on. Is there anything that concerns you about this Buccaneers team, or that you want to see them improve upon going into the season, or going further into the season?
Right. I think defensively, there's still a lot to be concerned about. I mean, they're literally the worst team in the NFL against the pass right now. Some of that's that they're the best team in the NFL against the run, where teams just kind of have no choice but to throw the ball. But whether it be injuries or communication problems, they've just given up a lot more yards and a lot more touchdowns than they'd like to. There were spells like this last year on the way to a Super Bowl when they weren't a very consistent team defensively. And obviously things came together really well in the playoffs, but they've got a long way to go to get there. Right now, again, I think most any defense, if you take away 2 starting corners and a starting safety, now a starting linebacker, you're going to see a drop off. Their job right now is to kind of get through the middle stretch of this season without letting that turn into losses. They have, for the most part, they've got games they should be able to win. I don't think their schedule has a team with a winning record for like 7 more weeks. I guess New Orleans. I think they have New Orleans at Halloween. That would be one, but maybe 1 out of the next 7 opponents. So it's a run of easier opponents where they should be able to win, even if they're not at their best. But even given that, I think they want to play much better on defense than they have.
Definitely. Now, let me ask you this. I know this is probably, to a lot of Tampa Bay fans, this is probably, like you said, kind of a game that you probably should win. But is there anything you want to learn from this team? Is there anything you want to see maybe that we match up well against, that you want to see your team, I should say, take advantage of, or vice versa, something you want to see them, prove to you this week?
Yeah, well, Jalen Hurts, first off, Jalen Hurts, just to face a mobile quarterback, a dual threat quarterback, he's somebody they really haven't seen yet. They've had some good veteran quarterbacks, but mostly just pocket passers, So for this defensive line, it's a new challenge in that, Hurts can beat you with his feet. He can throw the ball well. I don't think they have the depth of offensive talent to really scare the Bucs offensively. But just as a starting point, I think Hurts, some of these guys have faced Jalen Hurts before. Vita Vea, their big defensive tackle, faced him in 2016 in the national semifinal game, I guess. And actually, Washington did a really good job in that game. Hurts had like 50 yards rushing and 57 yards passing, and they still lost 24-7. So, I think some of these guys, Jamel Dean's another corner who went to Auburn when Hurts was at Alabama, so they know each other well. That's probably where it starts. Tight end play. I mean, I think that the Eagles definitely present some problems with tight ends where if they are down a safety, that's also a vulnerability. But right now it's a game, again, this is a game kind of like Miami was last week where it's a team that could be dangerous as long as they take care of business. If they don't make mistakes and they play well, it's a game they should win.
Definitely. And I think all Eagles fans should probably thank you guys for what you guys did against Miami because we do have their first round pick. So we appreciate that win that you went out there and got. Now, last question I do want to ask is basically a opinion question. If we go see this game Thursday and you guys are to lose, what do you think the reason would be? What would you have to do for you guys to go up against Eagles and lose this game? Give us some hope, Greg. Give us.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, again, you go back to they've played down to opponents before. So I think it has to start with turnovers. The nice thing, I mean, this Bucs team hasn't had a turnover in 3 games. So if they keep that up, it's not going to be easy. But if they do falter, if there's a fumble, if there's an interception that Tom throws in pressure, that's definitely the start of how you beat this team is you get them in turnovers. In week 1, I mean, Dallas is probably a better team than Philadelphia is right now. But I mean, Dallas won the turnover margin 4-1 in week 1 and basically almost beat them just on that. So no, you got to do that. You got to be a turnover defense, a takeaway defense, just to give you a break, just to give you a chance to kind of shorten the gap between these two teams. If you do that, though, I think anything's possible. This is, like I said, you go back to last year, this Eagles team is no worse than the Bears were last year. And you go down there and they, again, Bucs are dealing with injuries. Bucs aren't playing at their best. And they leave with a loss so that they know exactly what can happen if they don't take care of business.
Definitely. So you're saying there's a chance. There's a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming on, man. Before we do get you off, do you mind just letting them know where they can find you, where they can get your work?
Oh, yeah, sure. Everything I write is at theathletic.com. If you're not a subscriber already, thanks to everybody who is, but half off right now for any new subscribers. Again, theathletic.com. Everything on Twitter is just my name, just Greg Auman, GregAuman. Looking forward to get back to Philadelphia, born there. Looking forward to getting back home down, but should be a good game Thursday night. Thank you for having me on.
Definitely. And welcome back home, man. We appreciate your time, man. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like. So I again want to just thank Greg Auman for his time this morning, man. That was a very insightful speak. So a couple things that I took from that. Again, I said this kind of earlier in the podcast or in this show. They have not terrible, but they're very weak in the secondary. This is not one of those games, unfortunately, that I think that our running game is really going to go off. We really have to rely on the passing game, and I think that it's going to be a lot of short passes. I think it's going to be a lot of things just trying to get Devontae Smith open, trying to get Quez Watkins open quick, get the ball out of Jalen's hands. But I think that we can do this. I really do. I really think that we can beat this team. And looking at these injuries, that gives me a little bit more hope. Look, going into this season, I did predict that we would be where we are right now. I said that we would win the first game, we would lose the next 3, and we would win this game against the Panthers. I also predicted that we would win this game against Tom Brady and Tampa Bay. I said this prior to the injuries. So honestly, the injuries just make me feel a little bit more confident in this team. I think that if our coach, and this is going to be a real weird because if our coach does what we all hate and has the same game plan that he's had the past couple weeks that has not been working, it might work against this team because they are very weak in the secondary. We saw it against, the San Francisco 49ers where he was not able to take advantage of that secondary. This is the game. Stop trying to do those bombs, do some quick passes, get the, and I don't want to cause no, PTSD for you guys, but run some screens. Run some quick screens. Get these wide receivers with the ball in their hand. Make these cornerbacks work. That's the biggest thing. Wait a minute. Does Dallas really have COVID? I don't know if he has COVID, but he's on the COVID list. So I know with the NFL now, there's the close contact rule as well. So you have to, test negative for so many days in a row. I think it's 2 days in a row. So I don't know if he can test negative today or tomorrow, I should say, and the day after that he'll be able to play Thursday. Like if he can, test negative Wednesday and Thursday morning, does that clear him to play Thursday? I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. But Hopefully, Joe, I have a feeling this might be a repeat of the Chiefs game. I don't think that the Tampa Bay has, I mean, they do have that type of offense, but I don't think that it will. I really don't think it will. I think that Tyreek Hill is you have Chris Godwin. It could be, Nick. I don't think so. I think that this defense is going to hold their own. If I had to throw numbers out there, I think that we can stop this team. Look, if we can hold them to under 24 points, I think we can win this game. I'll say that much. If we can hold them to like 24 or less, I think we can win this game. Real talk. That's real spill Holyfield. That if we keep them under 24 points and our offense can do their job, I think we win this game. Because that defense is not that good for Tampa Bay. And I said this against the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? That defense is not good for the Chiefs. The defense they had holes on the Carolina Panthers, which I said. So I really do feel like it's all about taking care of that matchup. Stats don't win you games. Prior games don't win you games. Going into a game 3-0 doesn't matter. If you win the game, you win the game. So I think that we have to throw away everything we saw this whole season, to be honest, and take it game by game with this staff. Never mind. I see he is on the list according to ESPN Sports. They not throwing Goddard the ball anyways. It's a big fact. What's going on, KJ? What's going on, brother? I agree. I think I saw Bird Gang 31 in here too. Shout out to Bird Gang 31, man. I agree. I think it's 2 tests 24 hours apart that are negative. That's what I think too. So it depends on when that clock starts. And obviously if he doesn't have COVID. But if he doesn't have COVID and it was just a close contact, there might be like a little glimmer. There might be a little glimmer of hope that he can start. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask some of my guys. Make that fat D-line chase Jalen Hurts. If they have to run a bunch of snaps, they won't be much worth. And it's true. It's true. And, you know, the only way I could see our running game working is if we're attacking the edges. That's really, you know, with Levante David, he's their sideline to sideline guy. Everybody in the NFL has a sideline to sideline linebacker, except for the Eagles. Ours is Alex Singleton, right? It is what it is. I'm going to stop talking junk about these linebackers, but, you know, he's their sideline to sideline guy. So if we can take advantage of them not having him, that'll be big. That's the only way I see our running game really going off, is if we're able to take advantage on the edges. You know what I'm saying? Getting Miles Sanders on these pitches, getting these screens going. Yeah, I know people going to probably hate. Offense is more potent than Kansas City. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. I think that they're both very good. I don't think that they're more potent. I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm more afraid of the Kansas City Chiefs than I am of the Tampa Bay's offense. Reason being is because of Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady's a GOAT. Don't get me wrong. But Tom Brady, you can get pressure on him. If this defensive line gets to the back, gets into the backfield and messes with Tom Brady, we can change this game. So we've seen it before. Obviously, it was a Super Bowl year. It is what it is. But we've seen us beat Tom Brady with Sam Bradford. So, realistically, it comes down to this defense. If our defensive line can make him get off his spot, Tom Brady's a different player. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to do. That defense killed their first half of the Chiefs season, most definitely. Yeah, it definitely did. We need at least 3 sacks and 1 interception on defense to win. We need to pressure. I don't care. I mean, I do. Obviously, you want to get a bunch of sacks. But move Tom Brady around. Make him uncomfortable. That's just as valuable as a sack, especially in games like this. Move him around. Make him get off his spot. That's the biggest thing. He is vaccinated. Goddard is. So he should, maybe it should just be close contact. Jalen needs 3 touchdowns. He needs enough to win, man. He will. He definitely doesn't want to get beat over the top. Rents due, Coach Nick. Don't screw it up. Big facts. Big facts. I would love to hear. I want to be a fly on the wall between that conversation with Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon. That probably was amazing. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We got 50 people in here. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you are just hopping in, be sure to go check out the beginning of it. We did do a film review, and we did have Greg Auman on here for about 10 minutes. So definitely go check that out. A lot of good information there. Just move the chains and tire out their defense. Worst come to worst, take penalties if you have to. Keep them working on the field. Got to keep their defense on the field. I agree. Joe, you should get Coach Nick in here and be like, why don't you run the damn ball? Hey, I'll try. What's going on, NFL Report with Shane? He says you got some nice Eagles content. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that support. Be sure to hit that subscribe if you're new, man. You know what I'm saying? We keeping it coming. Tampa at full strength is more potent. Gronk hurt is major. Gronk's hurt. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't think so. I think that, Mike Evans isn't. There's so much speed on that Kansas City offense that when you add somebody like a Mahomes that can extend the play another 2-3 seconds, it's crazy. With Tampa, if you take away the first 3 seconds, which is hard to do because Tom Brady's a very good quarterback. He's going to find somebody within the 3.5 seconds. But if you can make him move within those first 3 seconds, you can mess up the timing of this Tampa Bay offense. I think that there's more to attack with this Tampa Bay offense. That's me personally. And I'm not saying that, Tom Brady's washed. I'm just saying that I think we know how to beat him. He's been in the league for 45 years. Somebody got to figure it out at some time. Trigger warning. I would like Nick Sirianni to scheme plays to J-Jaw like a bubble screen, post out, fade in the end zone. J-Jaw will probably be single covered by fourth cornerback. It's true. I mean, I won't say, I can't say I disagree with you. I think that it's smart because he is somebody that's not going to be covered a lot. He's somebody that they're not going to be focusing on. So I can't disagree with you. Do I like J-Jaw? No, I don't like J-Jaw at all. Excited for the game Thursday. Me too, man. Tampon Bay. Hey, I live in what's it called? Tampa. I live in St. Pete. So technically Tampa, but so I'm thinking about going down to the stadium, maybe doing like a video in front of the stadium, especially if we win. If we win, I might be mad disrespectful. I ain't gonna cap. I might be bad disrespectful. I need a shootout from Hurts for fantasy purposes as long as we get the dub. I respect that. Sirianni's statement about the RPO suggests that Jalen is trying to do it himself. I've been saying that, and I believe that. I do believe that. Look, I mean, Jalen Hurts has a lot of things he needs to work on, but one thing that I will say, everybody's blaming Nick Sirianni for the run plays, and to a certain extent it is his fault. To a certain extent there's got to be a time where you just say, okay, I'm calling Miles Sanders' number right now, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of put your foot down, like, we need to establish this run game. But we've seen a lot of RPOs, or I've seen a lot of RPOs that Jalen just holds on to the ball. He does not want to hand the ball off. And even looking at that last touchdown that won the game, there was a wide open lane for Jalen Hurts, but it was also a play he could have handed the ball off, and Miles probably could have got that touchdown too. It's nitpicking, but it is what it is. You got to see, the truth in the situations. Gronk hurt is as big as CMC being hurt. However, Brady ain't Darnold. They won't fall apart, but they greatly diminished. They still got a very good wide receiving core. So I don't know. Losing CMC was literally their whole offense. The Carolina Panthers are CMC, like Christian McCaffrey, I should say, is the Carolina Panthers. So things a little bit different. I think they'll be fine without Gronk. They haven't had him for a couple weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So I know we can beat Brady, but put the Nick Foles statue on their sideline. Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to lie. If CMC was in that game 100%, we lose that game, y'all. Probably. We probably do, but who knows? It's hard to say because he wasn't, so we'll see. I mean, they still had that offensive line that was very porous. Like to see Jalen under center. Imagine Miles getting a head start on a called run. Yeah. I mean, it's way too much shotgun. Sounds like Philadelphia should have Mailata play defense and collapse the middle into Brady's lap. We got some D linemen that can do it. If we win, you have to. Yeah, I'm going to be... I only live 30 minutes from the stadium. I've been to a couple Tampa Bay games. And I'll say this much about Tampa Bay, and this is no disrespect to any of the reporters or any of the people that, are living out here and fans. Tampa Bay is the most fickle fan base, other than the Patriots. The Patriots have a terrible fan base too, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I literally went to one of their games. Me and my girl's from Philadelphia. We were decked out in Eagles gear. And when I tell you, everybody was saying go Birds. Everybody, oh, go Birds, I'm only here. And people were in Tom Brady jerseys talking about, yeah, I'm only here because I live out. They don't have fans. They have maybe 45 fans that actually like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before they had Brady. So let's be real. There's none of them are going to be in Philly. I can guarantee you that. None of them are going to be in Philly. Maybe you'll get 4 or 5. But I mean, you know, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I really don't have much respect for their fan base because they don't really have a fan base. And if you even look at their reporters, you know, shout out to Greg Auman. He's from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like one of their sideline reporters is a Dallas Cowboys fan. So it's like none of their people like them. Like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe I'm talking too much junk. I'm talking too much junk. He said, I've been saying the same thing you've been saying, run on the outer perimeter and attack Brady. He's a pocket passer. We need to play tight like last game. I agree. On the defensive side of the ball, Tampa has a D-line and linebackers. That's it. And they don't have Levante David right now, so that's a huge loss, Kev. But what's going on, Kevin? Lamar struggled with the ROP last night. One fumble, a near fumble, and tackle in the back. RPO? I would have to watch the full game. I mean, I would have to watch the full game. I just kind of saw bits and pieces of it. CMC is the ultimate weapon. He's Shady-esque. He's better than Shady. I love LaShawn McCoy, but Christian McCaffrey, if he could stay healthy, he'd be one of the best of all time. Real talk, because he's that transcendent. Like, he's that good of a receiver and that good of a running back. So if he could just stay on the field, which he usually does, but if Jalen Hurts beats Tom Brady, he will shake. No, he won't. He's not shaking his hand. If Jalen Hurts wins, he ain't getting no handshake. You know that. Carolina need a quarterback. You know, let's talk. I want to ask y'all real quick. Let's talk about Carson. Do y'all think that the Colts would bench him if they were on the pace of getting a top 5 pick? Do you think that's something they would do? Because if they do that, I think it's just to go get another quarterback and Carson's done. Because for me, that makes zero sense to do that again to him. He's been going through that, you know, in Philly, and that's why he left. So I don't know if they would. Coach has to coach, can't be expecting a first-year QB to make all of the coaching decisions. Yeah, but you need to at least trust your quarterback on the field to make decisions. You know, and right now, I don't know if he has that trust. Do you think we should start Kenneth Gainwell over Miles? I see a lot of criticism on Miles recently saying he's afraid of content and bounces too much, which I agree with. No, I don't agree with it at all, if I'm being 100% honest. No offense to you, bro. I would not. I would start running the damn ball. That's what I would do. I think that Miles Sanders is fine. I think Kenneth Gainwell is fine where he's at. Let him keep learning. But if we're not running the ball, we're not running the ball. It doesn't matter who's starting. Route 19, I used to go to Rockets. Right now, I don't know that play. I'm new to out here. Yeah, I think they would, but Carson did play amazing last night. And that's what we need to see. We need to see him continuously have very good games, but lose. That's like the ultimate perfect. That's perfect. Troy and Joe Buck in Philly talk about Santa and Snowballs, Eagles, jail and stadium over under one time. We're definitely, it's probably going to be way over that. It's not way we should have hired a rookie. Are you saying it's no way we should have hired a rookie play caller and put him in charge of developing a rookie quarterback? Did we extend Howie? First of all, I'm so tired of people calling Jalen Hurts a rookie because he's not a rookie. Like, I'm so tired of hearing that. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Y'all my peoples, but he is not a rookie. Let's stop that. He is not a rookie. But I do agree. We should have got somebody that was a little bit more NFL ready. Like, we took a big chance on this whole team. But at the same time, we knew that we were told that this was going to be a transitional period. So it is what it is. It was the defense's fault and the kicker. I would if I was the Colts GM. Yeah, I know the kicker definitely kind of screwed him over with that last kick, but it is what it is. Yeah, Wentz didn't lose that game last night. The Baltimore defense and Lamar won it. I respect that. I live in Carolina. The announcers would give Jalen Hurts their daughters and their houses for him to replace Darnold. Damn, bro, that kicker was there, but was hurt. But damn, bro, he's got to hit those if he's in the game. It's a fact. I doubt they're getting rid of Carson. They just got him, and coaches love him. It's their first year with him. They don't have full Wentz experience yet. Look, this was it for him. I'm sorry. They made the playoffs with freaking Phillip Rivers. This was supposed to be a huge upgrade for them. If he doesn't bring them to the playoffs, if they are on the verge of a top 5 pick, that man is not going to have a job next year. I'm saying that right now. Unless he's willing to be a backup, which I don't think he is, he's not going to have a job next year. It's really cool that he can put up numbers, have good games here and there, but he's not a franchise guy. He just can't stay on the field. And when he does, he still continuously makes the same mistakes. It is what it is. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Matthew says, do you think that the Eagles will beat the Bucks? I think they can. I definitely think they can. Bring out the black jerseys Thursday night. I would love that. And then paying for him now. I mean, but if you're in a top 5 position, I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no QBs. But there's going to be a QB that's a top 5 pick. What? There's never not. There's definitely going to be a top quarterback in this draft. So, and I'm sure people are going to look at it this way. So if you are going to be a top 5 team, maybe it's time to just restart everything, because honestly, Carson Wentz is turning 30. He's not young. So, I mean, you gotta make a decision at some point. Miles might be McCaffrey. We'll never find out because they don't give him the damn ball. Talk to him. Big facts. Anything can happen after all. They're humans. Facts. Next year I hear you, but they are not benching him. I hope not. I hope they play terribly all year and we get that pick at the end of the year, because I would be ecstatic. I think this game really depends on the game plan. It definitely does. All these do. It's all about matchups. What's going on, TJ? He says Malik Willis. Yeah, I'm hearing his name. I'm hearing the old boy from Cincy. A lot of people are saying he's good. You know, I'm sure there's going to be, maybe Spencer Rattler gets it together, or he has like a really good, pro day and people start going crazy over him. We've seen people come out of nowhere. Zach Wilson, if you told me 2 years ago Zach Wilson would be a top, 15, I forget where he got picked, like top 5, right? Top 5 pick, I probably would be like, who? Who the heck is that? "17 games make a full season. My reason for calling him a rookie." A rookie means that you've never been with an NFL team. He's been with an NFL team for now a year and almost a half. He's not a rookie. Rookies don't have the luxury of practicing with an NFL team for a full year. Rookies don't have the luxury of playing 4 games in NFL games that don't necessarily matter last year. Like, he's had time. Richie, yes, but Eagles fans weren't saying that week 1 when we played them. Saying what? What are you saying? Yeah, because, Matt, I don't understand what Cowboys fans expect. Do y'all expect us to just, we say you're good? What do you want? We understand you're good. Win a playoff game and then come talk to me. You guys have been good before and done nothing with it. You guys have to, I don't know, you guys are delusional as hell, to be honest. Wentz made some pretty plays last night. He made throws. Hurts can't yet. I'd still rather have Hurts at money time. Yeah, I'm good on Carson Wentz, honestly. Joe, I really think Jalen is the guy, man. I hope so. I really hope so. Josh Allen was considered a bum after 2 years, so it's possible. Go back and watch his games. Dude was losing games by his dolo despite how good his defense was. Yeah, they definitely took their time with Josh Allen, but Josh Allen had all the tools physically. The thing that we're harping on Jalen Hurts is his leadership, his intangibles. That's all we really talk about. On the field, outside of his running, he doesn't really do anything that great. Josh Allen can throw the damn ball 100 yards in the air. You know what I'm saying? And he's 6'something" with 6'6" or some shit like that, huge, and can run the ball. So there was a lot of things you saw in Josh Allen that it was, if he can get the decision making down, he's good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did. He was able to get somebody like a Stephon Diggs that helped him out a lot, and boom, now you see where he's at. But with Jalen Hurts, I just don't see that. Dallas looks spooky. Is this the same old ball out and fold in December, or are they legit? I think they're a good team. If they can keep it up, they're a good team. There's no denying what they're doing right now. It's on their defense. If their defense can keep this up, hey, they're going to be a very scary team to play, even in the playoffs. But they're still giving up a lot of points, and they're still not, we'll see. I'm not going to hate. It is what it is. They are very good right now. Let's see how long it goes. If we can trade for Robinson, that wouldn't be a bad look. I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'm also with you on the Jalen being that guy. He knows how to win. How many games has he won? How many games has he won? Let's is this his 4th game that he's won out of 8 or 9? No, it's his 3rd game that he's won. Wentz did have a costly red zone fumble. What's new though? That's his MO. Delusional. Y'all said the Eagles were winning the East. Who knows? It's week 5, my guy. It is week 5, and y'all out here talking like y'all in the Super Bowl next week. Calm down. calm down, bro. Calm down. Derek Barnett, 1.5 to 2 sacks Thursday night all early though, so not sure if it will affect the game much. Linebacker Edwards riding high for the punt block causes from a turnover. You think he's going to call? I mean, I would love to see TJ Edwards start. I would love to see TJ Edwards, Davion Taylor, and Jannard Avery as our starters. I'll do that. Let's do that for a little bit. Let's see how that works. Exactly, Backyard Birds. He has the mentality and the resilience, something Carson didn't have. I agree with that. But on field, there's still a lot to be desired. Jalen is durable as well. Availability is the best ability. I agree with that. Trust me, I do not want Carson Wentz back. So you're not gonna get any type of argument on that accord. But stop the run and make Dak throw. We still haven't seen Dak win a game with his arm this season. The run game have been dominant. And I don't know if I can say all that. I don't know if I can say all that. Great interview with Jack Stoll. I appreciate that, man. Did Howie get extended? Not yet. If he gets extended, I'm going to cry. I'm a literally cry. And that's what I'm waiting for. To see us be like, 2-10 or some ish like that. And then we get a notification that Howie got extended for 4 or 5 years. I hope that he does. What's going on, Klein? How you doing? I've never seen your name before. Welcome to the family. We aren't going to agree on everything. What I'm seeing where Hurts is I like, but if there's someone better, that's another story. I feel you. I mean, he's got the year. Jalen Hurts has the year, just like everybody on this team for the most part. He has the year. Linebackers, I'm over them already, but Jalen has the year. Rager, in my opinion, should get the year unless you can get a good return on him. Yeah, I mean, Quez needs to get more play, but I'm all in on him if I'm being real. I'd rather not have drama and use picks on D, not a QB. It's not drama. If Jalen Hurts isn't good, then Jalen Hurts isn't good. And we're going to find that out by the end of this year. It is what it is. I know a lot of people will make excuses and say, well, this wasn't good, that wasn't good. If Jalen Hurts isn't good, Jalen Hurts isn't good. And we're going to find that out. So we'll see. Imagine Hurts balls out and we end up having 3 picks in the top 15. How would we do that if Jalen Hurts balls out? Well, I mean, if he balls out and we lose games, I guess, yeah. I would love to have 3 picks. If we go into next season and we're like, all right, Jalen Hurts is that guy, let's build a team around him. That's best case scenario. That's a beautiful feeling right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the assets to do it, and now you have your quarterback. That's what everybody wants. If we go 2-10, somebody better get beat. Yeah, I feel you. Somebody definitely better be getting fired. I want to see a heavy dose of the running game to have a fair assessment of Hurts. It's incomplete. I don't agree with that. Personally, I don't agree with that. But I agree that you need the running game to win. But to assess Hurts, you got to assess Hurts. If he's not making throws, if he's not making good decisions, that's on him. I don't get how Hurts can throw a tight end. Can't throw to a tight end in the chest without pressure, but with pressure, he can run and throw a dime in the end zone. That's very true. It's very true. Sometimes, look, I used to play baseball, and our coach used to always tell us that you have to just throw the ball. Don't aim the ball. When you start trying to aim the ball, that's when your mechanics start coming off, and you start overthinking it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like when he has time, he overthinks it, tries to get too much of an arch on the ball and stuff like that. Hurts played his butt off in the comeback win. I mean, if that's what you saw, I don't think so. I think he had a better game than I originally thought, but our run game and our defense got us that win. It is what it is, because the run game towards the end is what really got us in position. So, and realistically, Hurts was at his best when he was running. I got too hype, y'all. My bad. I unplugged it. But the last score was, Hurts running it in. So, I like Hurts, man. But I'm not going to give him kudos for something he really didn't have any. He didn't give up the ball. That's probably the best thing he did yesterday. Wow, there's actually a Dallas Cowboys fan in here. There's always Cowboys fans in here, man. Beyond the Eagles, what is with QBs diving headfirst into concussions? Trey Lance, Daniel Jones, Carson last night. Yeah, some of these mobile quarterbacks, they try to do too much. That is what I'm talking about, Joe. Cowboys fans be bugging. They always bugging. Carlos is the ultimate Cowboys fan. Carlos is the man. I accept Carlos. That Matthew guy, he's cool too. He seems cool. I ain't gonna cap. There's nobody available better than Hurts. The best next available QB is Minshew, or waste another 2 years trying to make a draft pick into a player. I mean, right now, yeah. Right now, you don't want to give him up. But realistically, if he's not good, I'm not waiting another year on him. What's the point in waiting on another year with him? I mean, Minshew's good right now. Like, he's a good backup. He could be a guy that, goes in and plays a little bit. But I don't get that notion that there's nobody better than Jalen Hurts. This is football, man. There's always a new quarterback. There's always a new commodity. Like, if you have, covering the draft, watching the draft, everything like that, if you don't, notice that every year there's somebody new. There's always a new face. Live to play another play. If Wentz did that versus the Rams, the Seahawks might be the Eagles quarterback. Against the Seahawks, yeah, he might be the Eagles quarterback still. It's true. TJ Edwards' plump block was the play. It was huge. And those interceptions, man. It's hard to evaluate Hurts when you don't run the ball as a team. Any quarterback is set up. That's, it's true to an extent. It is true to an extent. You're not going to win many games when you don't run the ball. But you can still evaluate Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you probably evaluate, like, this is what can you do in these situations? That you are the decision maker. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it. It is what it is, man. You have 2 years of rookie deal money to build a team. Hurts is definitely playing better than Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I feel like we're stretching at this point. I feel like we're reaching for, to find accolades for Jalen Hurts. Let's just look at Jalen Hurts. Let's stop comparing him to Baker Mayfield. Let's stop comparing him to this guy, to that guy. Let's just look at Jalen Hurts and see what we have. If Hurts didn't work out, would you be open to Cam Newton? Hell no. KJ, hell no. We need to find the future of that position. That's it. We need to find the future of that position. And I want it to be Jalen Hurts. But if it's not, we have to be realistic about that. Is there any Dallas Cowboys fans in here? There's a couple. They probably left now. I'm not sure on Cam. I would never take Cam. Score prediction, I'll give you 2. If we win the game, it's going to be 27 to 24. If we lose the game, it's going to be probably 30 to 17. That's realistically where I'm at. We're either going to get blown out or we're going to squeak it out somehow. Because if our defense is playing well, our offense should be able to do just enough against this, beaten up Tampa Bay defense. Draft is overrated. One thing in football then can't and won't ever be mastered. Draft is definitely not overrated. We just don't know how to draft. I mean, it is what it is. It is me, or is it me, or is Ertz dropping a lot of catches? He's, some of them are bad passes and some of them are drops. I think it's a mixture of the two. I really hope Hurts is I can't talk. I really hope Hurts is the guy, because no QBs out the draft are looking like top tier quarterbacks, looking like the Geno Smith draft. If we good, we have 3 picks to. I agree 100%. And my biggest fear, if I'm being 100% honest, isn't necessarily that we go and draft a quarterback. I'm more concerned that we use all those draft picks and get somebody like an Aaron Rodgers or somebody that's like a win now type guy. And we're just not in that position to win now right now. B. Barack, you called? Look at that. Oh, here come the Cowboys fans. Oh, God. Why'd you call? That's like saying Bloody Mary into the mirror. Cowboys fans pocket watching. We have less wins than them. Shake my head. Which starting quarterback this year will no longer be starting? I'm saying Carson Wentz. I'm saying Carson. If they don't start winning some games, bro, he's not going to be there next year. Yep, there's always Cowboys in here. Oh, we live. What's going on, Drew? Yeah, we live, man. To everybody that's just hopping in here now, be sure to go check out this whole live. I'm trying to do it a little bit different. We're gonna go live, but I'm gonna start sending you guys the film reviews in these lives. I'm gonna start doing the interviews in these lives. So we did have an interview with Greg Auman from The Athletic, who covers the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I did do a film review. So if you go back to the beginning of this, you'll be able to catch both of that and also my thoughts on this game. Just trolling, your name says it all. Big facts. He says, yes, sir. Y'all crazy. Wentz and Reich might be out after this year. I don't know if you give up Reich, because Reich got Phillip Rivers to the playoffs. I would feel so bad if Wentz got another quarterback, another coach, fired. I don't think Reich is the problem. I really do think that Wentz is an issue. I mean, their defense isn't as good as it was last year either. But to me, Wentz is just a cancer, man. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. Wentz is just not a guy people want to play with. That's really where I'm at right now. That's how I feel about it. He said, just to let you guys know, I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm glad, Alex. I'm glad that NDGM is not very patient. He's not. But I don't think that Frank Reich is the problem. If he gets fired, imagine if Frank Reich got fired, how mad, or would y'all even care, or would y'all be happy if we went and hired him? If Frank Reich got fired and Nick Sirianni, is still doing dumb stuff all season, would you be down to hire Frank Reich? Because I might be. Colin's still out for Cowboys fans. Better hope Steele stays healthy. I love the Eagles fans. Tears and misery make me go to sleep good at night. Who's crying, bro? We just won. Is our owner an issue? Definitely. Our owner is definitely an issue. Greg Auman, Auman, from The Athletic. I never heard of the Allman Brother Band. I'm going to have to look that up, though. You should have been here and told him that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to have to look that up now. But I definitely think, Kevin, that our owner is a big issue, man. We've heard it multiple times, whether even in my interviews, man. We've talked to Brandon Godwin, we've talked to Derek Gunn. I don't know why I said Derek Lee. Derek Gunn. We talked to so many, Dave Spadero, Chris McPherson, and the one thing that they continuously say is the type of team. What was I gonna say? That we're the type of team that wants to be a pass first team. We want to be a vertical team. I can't read and talk at the same time. But KJ said, Richie, hold on. Did I miss something? Richie said Joe said he would get demonetized if he went live during the game. Castro I tweet during the game. I do tweet during the game. I'll probably get demonetized on Twitter. Twitter is the weirdest thing, man. They've had me in review to get verified for the past 3 months. And now I'm on review to get monetized for a month. And it says they'll tell you within 10 days. Just tell me no. If you if you ain't rocking with me, just tell me no. Nick's would 100% hire him if he got fired. He talks about him like he's his father. I'm saying if Nick's not here. That would be interesting too, though. If Nick just hired him as his OC and then you or maybe a assistant head coach type role. I wouldn't be mad at that. I would hire Kellen Moore and rub it in. I would take Kellen Moore in a heartbeat. Don't tell that to nobody, though. That's our secret, all right? That's our secret. In blackjack, the house stands if the hand is high enough. What level are you looking to draw or stay? That was an in-depth ass question. Are we talking about football still? What do you mean? How bad do we have to be? Explain that question a little bit. Are you saying how bad do we have to be for me to throw the season in? What? Our owner is responsible for multiple buzz. J. John Rager, all Lurie guys. Kellen Moore will be a head coach next year. I agree. He might be this year. How does that work? Can you hire a guy mid-season or no? Because now you look at the Raiders, they need a coach. Urban Meyer's probably not going to last the season in Jacksonville, so they're going to need a coach. Why isn't Goddard not getting the ball as much? A lot of Eagles commentators are furious about this. Our tight ends in general aren't getting the ball enough. Oh, add in Nelson Aguilar too. All Lurie guys, facts. I hear he wants to throw the ball. That's meddling. He definitely does. Look, Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman have been very clear throughout their years that they feel like to win football games in this league, you need a vertical offense. You need a offense like the Chiefs, like Tampa Bay to a certain extent, to Dallas, to a certain extent. So that's what they want. That's what they put their chips in. That's what they invest in. It's weird to me that I don't know their thought process when they draft people, but it's not a good one. Brian Leftwich, hot candidate for head coach. I remember seeing him play. I feel old. Dougie P getting hired by Raiders. Watch. I wouldn't be surprised. I think that would be a good spot for him. I also think Jacksonville would be a really good spot for him if I'm being 100% honest. I think Jacksonville would love to get somebody like Doug Peterson. Obviously, they still have their coach, but Shad Khan and Doug Peterson can definitely bring some change to that city, and they need it, man. You know what I'm saying? I love Shad Khan. I know a lot of people hate Shad Khan, but I just like his name, Shaka Khan. It's not Shaka, but it's Shah. But, you know, I think that he would be good for the Jaguars. I really do. And Raiders possibly, too. Derek Carr is an interesting quarterback. Derek Carr is a very interesting quarterback. You should do a stream with Joey Shakes or Philly 500, my man, about to sub you up right now. I appreciate that, Elijah. I actually had both of them on, I want to say 2 weeks ago. Maybe it is now. Maybe a week ago. Something like that. Yeah, those are the homies, man. 500 is the GOAT. Joey Shakes is the GOAT. If you watch the Shakedown podcast, I actually did that intro music for them. So, how does Urban Meyer still have a job? That's wild, boy. I don't know, bro. He's wilding out here, man. He is wilding out here. The Browns have proven otherwise. About what? It really does look like Nick is Lurie and Roseman's Patsy. It does. It feels like that. I heard Hurts had diarrhea during the game. That's why he was a little off. They said the bubble guts was an issue. Is that true? If that's true, that's kind of funny. Because that would be the second time. Because remember he had a stomach issue in the preseason game? I'll never forget because I freaking paid $300 to drive out. I mean, to fly out to Philadelphia on a whim, on a last minute thing, to go see the preseason game, and then he had a stomach issue, and then he's not in the game. So I'll never forget that. So if that's true, that'd be kind of funny that it's the second time. What level coach do you want to keep? Nick Syria, scissors paper, better than Urban? What level of coaching staff? What level QB would you? I'm still confused by your question. Maybe I'm just slow. Was Ertz really ishy? Urban ruined his reputation a little from being a legend coach to him. Yeah, he's always been this guy, though. In college, it's a lot easier to hide because there's like 300 teams. But he's always been this guy. He's a very boisterous person. He's a very outspoken he's just a very flashy guy. Now there's 32 teams. You're going to be looked at a lot more with a finer, lens, a very close lens. Dougie P, Penn State head coach after USC backups on the brink truck for... That ain't happening, bro, Richie. Don't say things that make no sense. I like my coach out in Penn State. Y'all suck, bro. Yeah, all right, Black Jesus. This dude, Black Jesus. Yeah, we ain't that good right now. I mean, I can't really say that. I mean, it is what it is. We're getting better, though. I'd take Carr in a heartbeat. Carr's another one. Carr, once you get a little bit of pressure on him, he's done, man. Something about Joey Shakes I don't like. He seems like he's off on his takes. Just my opinion, no disrespect. I think everybody has opinions. You know what I'm saying? Look, me and Shakes disagree on a lot of things. Me and 500 disagree on a lot of things. Me and Lord Brunson disagree on a lot of things. It is what it is. We all disagree on stuff. Everybody has their own opinion, but he's a good dude, man. I got nothing but respect for him. Carr is not that good. He's a little less than Hurts. Yeah, I mean, I like Carr. He's a better passer. He's a good thrower of the football, but he's one of those dudes, man. Once he gets some pressure, I think it was one of the Denver players that said it, like, once he gets some pressure in his face, he folds. So, and they literally said that, like, at a press conference. So, I think that, we can definitely get some pressure on him and take him out this game. Why Urban is under scrutiny for letting some John twerk on him. I mean, he's a married man. And apparently he missed the team flight to stay somewhere and do that. So, I mean, I've never heard of a head coach missing the team flight, especially after a loss. So, it's just not a good look. All hate aside, but them Cowboys are going crazy this year. I'm sure y'all feel like that. I think y'all doing very well. Like I've said a million times, man, if y'all can keep it up, y'all going to be a tough team to beat. Y'all going to definitely be a tough team to beat. But we've seen this a long time. Listen, I'm 32 years old. I have seen the Dallas Cowboys go, have great beginnings of their season. I've heard over 1 million different Cowboys fans say this is our year. And at least like 15, 16 different times. And then it never happened. So we'll see what happens. If you guys can keep it up, then you guys can definitely be a very good team, man. Carr's his brother are just good college quarterbacks. The Raiders kind of ruined his development, in my opinion. Like, they had a terrible team for a while. Would you agree we use the 2 of our three first rounds and trade that last one for more capital? What free agent would you want to go after in the offseason? Now we actually are above the cap. I agree with that 100%. I think that, especially if you're not looking at a quarterback, if you have a pick, say like a number 10 pick, and somebody's calling you and like, hey, you want a second round pick? You want this? Maybe a next year first round? Then you do it. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, I think that we need to put ourselves in a position kind of similar to what the Dolphins have done. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a position that years to come, you guys are set. You know what I'm saying? Draft-wise. Because to me, the draft is one of the most important things in the NFL. This year is different, though. I've heard that a lot, too, Black Jesus. Heard that a lot, too, Black Jesus. But, hey, I ain't hating. Good luck, man. It is what it is. I obviously don't like y'all, But, hey, if you guys can keep this up, there's no denying you guys are a very good team right now. The Browns proved that a dominant run game is what wins a team, and time proved that the run game is what... I agree with you. Run game is what helps you win. But I'm not saying that you need the run game in order to see what Jalen Hurts is as a quarterback. It'll help him. It'll make it easier for him. But I don't think that you need it. And I want to see them run. I'm not saying I don't want to see them run. But I don't think that the narrative that you need to run the ball to see what Jalen Hurts is necessarily true. That's a mesmerizing booty. Got you missing flights. I need to be the judge. That's what I'm saying, bro. You out here, you know what I'm saying, having little 27-year-olds twerk on you. You like 60 years old, bro. You need to chill. Cowboys fans since 1995. This is our year. That's what y'all always say. That's what they always say, bro. They be watching their last Super Bowls on the fizzy screen with black and white. You know what I'm saying? They can't DVR none of their big games. November 2nd, NFL trade deadline. More like will be discussed during the 10-day break between the Raiders game. I said this after last game. I think that if we would have lost against the Panthers, that was a game that you have to start making decisions. Once we get by, now I think you're right. I think the Raiders is that next decision point. Like, you have to see if you guys suck in that game and you obviously lose against the Buccaneers and it's just a bad, couple weeks. You got to start making some decisions on these veterans. When you build a team, not every part of it is going to be great. What level do you keep win with? Knowing you can win with that production at that position, but need more production from others. Okay, so I see what you're saying. I think. Tell me if I'm answering this correctly. I think I would if I want our offensive line to be dominant. That's what I want. But it comes down to us being a run team. Like, we always get good running backs. We just don't utilize them. So I want us to continuously build through the trenches. But right now, I think we're strong there. So I want to keep that strong and keep looking towards the future. Let me know if that answered your question, Mandel. I really think Matt Corral from Ole Miss can be a baller in the NFL. I keep hearing his name. I got to look him up. Baby Cowboys fan, first year. It's our year. You funny. I have a bet with my roommate. He's a huge Bucks fan. If I lose, I have to wear a Bucks jersey for my profile picture for a week. That would suck. That would definitely suck. Cowboys can. What do you win if he wins, or if we win, he has to wear an Eagles jersey? Cowboys can get first seed and still lose. I agree with that. And realistically, people are talking about home field advantage. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think y'all have much of a home field advantage, because every time I talk to Cowboys fans, they talk about how dead the stadium is and how the stadium's not really owned by Cowboys fans. It's more of like a Instagram session. Everybody just wants to go there to take pictures and see them all. So, I mean, what is home field advantage for y'all? Tampa, Packers, Rams, and Cards are all better than Dallas. I'm sure there's something everyone can pick out about content and how they do it. Yeah, everybody got different styles. Do you think we will win, or do you really do really bad? I think that we can win this game. I definitely think we can win this game. We just have to get Tom Brady off his spot, and it might not come in the form of sacks, but if we can pressure him, if we can get him moving around, I think we can win this game. And the offense obviously has to put in some work, man, but they're hurt defensively. They're hurt defensively. Where it's going to be tough to get running going, but we don't like to run anyway. So the Browns got a great team. Mayfield may be just good enough to go along with the ride. A better QB would make it easier, but he's at a level that does not kill them. I agree 100%. I'm actually a Green Bay fan. I respect that. Dallas will run into the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, they're not going to... This is going to sound like hate, and I really don't care. Cowboys, to me, are going to falter at some point. At some point, they're just going to fall off, because that's just what they've done. So, if they don't, hey, shout out to them, man. It's about time. I actually think we will match up. We match up with... I can't read. I actually think we match up well individually with Tampa Bay. Plus, we are in the link, and their secondary is a little banged up. We will see what happens. Tough, though, win, loss, or tie. It's Eagles till I die. I respect that. Yeah, their secondary is more than a little bit banged up. They're missing 2. Green Bay sent nice. Have ever check out Tom Grossi's channel? He's a dope. He's got a dope channel. But no, yeah, the secondary out there is way more than just banged up. They're missing their top 2 guys. You don't have Levante David. I know he's not probably their secondary, but he's somebody that definitely drops back in coverage. So that's gonna be big. Brady is no surprise to our defense. We can definitely contain him and win the game. So yeah, to me, it's not about containing him. It's about making him move outside of the pocket. Don't let him step up. Make him go side to side. That's when we can win this game. If we win, he has to wear an Eagles jersey for his profile picture. I'm suspended from Twitter for life, but it will be on Facebook or here. Hopefully when we win. Oh, we gonna win. Okay, I got it. With Hurts, I can't put like a number on it. With Hurts, I think you just have, it's the eye test, man. And I know that's a cop-out, but you have to watch him and he has to have some type of progression. I'm not putting wins or losses on him. I'm not, stats to a certain extent tell a story, but you really just have to watch him. And if he can continuously get better, start making good decisions, prove that he can continuously or consistently move the Eagles down the field, then I think that he deserves another chance. Now, with Nick Sirianni and this coaching staff, Nick, you got to run the ball. Like, you have to change it up at some point. At some point, you have to change it up. So if the team is just really bad, it's hard to put that on the coach. But if he's not changing anything, then it's on the coaching staff. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard. I think it's something that we're just going to kind of, at the end of the year, look back and say, nothing changed all year, or we're going to look back and say, hey, we're going to be looking forward to next year. We do have the extra man Thursday, the fans. I think we have the edge besides Tom Brady. I agree. If Gannon has the D-line ready and they execute those stunts like last week, we will make Brady throw outside the numbers. I like our chances. I agree 100%. Dallas plays New England. They better win versus the rookie Mac Jones. I hope they lose. But hey, New England held Tom Brady to what, 19 points? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, how is Dallas on the COVID list? I'm hoping that it's just close contact, that he was just close to somebody that, had it, and therefore they have to be, safe about it or whatever. But hopefully it's not too serious. So we'll see what happens. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 days in a row that he has to test negative. So hopefully he can do that. We'll see what happens. But I am about to get out of here, man. I didn't expect to go this long. But I appreciate everybody that came through and just chilled for a little bit. Be sure to go back, if you are just heading in now, go back and watch the interview with Greg Auman. Go back and watch the film review. But other than that, man, I do appreciate everybody. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family, do all that good stuff. But other than that, y'all know what it is. It is Fly Eagles Fly. He said, how many Eagles hats? I got about like 7. But yeah, Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here.
Everywhere, this is for you.
Fly Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randall. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.